Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a pre-recorded Final Fantasy XIV stream. Hope all of you are doing well whenever this video happens to premiere. Doing this so that we can get some of the post-ARR stuff out of the way, because when we get back to the live segment, I would like us to be set up for Heaven's Sword. So, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be focusing right on the main story. Complete with voice acting, I suppose, even though I'm not fully prepared for voice acting right now. But, what voices was I even using for these fellas again? I don't know. Also, apparently I'm a scholar. Let me, change to someone Erd. Well, it's been a while since the last Final Fantasy XIV stream. They will be getting started again over in partway through January. Once I finish up with Fire Emblem Engage, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I'm just going to give that a quick double check just to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Fire Emblem Engage, Super Mario Sunshine. Never mind, it's once I'm done Super Mario Sunshine. Then we're going to be switching off to Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Sword. So, we've still got a decent distance to go, because Post Realm Reborn never freaking ends. So let's get ourselves started. I'm going to bring our summon up right now. Okay, we're going to get back on our mount. Not that it's going to make a difference, because we're going to get off our mount when we start talking. Brave new companions. Alright, here we go. So, we've got special costumes. The Even Star hat. Look at that. While you were away in Corfez, the preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed. Although Tataro does yet seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why not head into the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist could do with a head. What, for more fetch quest stuff? Oh boy, that sounds so exciting. This is not a hint of sarcasm at all. Oh wait, I thought it said Hugbert. Oh, yes, Krista would hug anybody who asks for a hug. You'll see that my dude is not currently active, because my dude is in the game, technically, so... There's that. Alright, Totoro, what do you want? Even the parchments here need to be sorted, and these documents... Why are they even here? Oh, I'm sorely tempted to file the lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, Cody, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid! Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant's Toll, and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alphanid if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. I don't mind this gear. Although, I can't wait to get my hands on some nice-looking glamour wear. During this pre-recorded, I'm not fully sure if I'm gonna show you guys the glamour plates and all that. Yeah, you see all those markers on the map? Oh boy, yeah, that sounds like fun. Alright. Those who believe this ceremony will see no riches are short-sighted fools. The giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause.
These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in sound replica costumes to adorn masses.
Once the group is retired. Once the group is retired, you don't want impersonation problems this early. There's already going to be issues. Normally you have to take the stairs, but who cares? Who cares about taking the stairs?
I thought it'd be best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing.
Here, have an ultramarine uniform.
Ah, our new uniforms! I'm reminded of my induction into the Wood Whalers.
I hope you guys are having a wonderful time zone, wherever you happen to be.
The Scarlet Garb makes me a proud member... marks me a proud member of the Maelstrom, and a hardy defender of limbs of Lominsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and thought this new company would be a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale.
Oh ho! Now that's a striking shade of blue.
Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for color.
You're up here? We're just gonna fly here.
I don't believe we've met. I'm Ilberd, and I will have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is, essentially, a band of strangers.
Give me good voice direction, and I won't be too problematic.
Cody Sectoral? Gods, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles are what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. 'Tis an honor to receive a uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride.
That.
Little amigo could learn much from Revenant's Toll. That this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation.
And such devastation. Anyways.
I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. But, well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time.
Like showing the skin. It used to like showing some skin too. Don't mind me, just getting stuck.
Hello there, lad. Looking for me, was you? I'd suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure I'd hear it amongst all the bustle.
Ooh.
Oh-ho! Proper uniforms and all! This thing'll cut off the blood to me head. Not to worry, though. I'm sure she'll be fine after making a few adjustments. SLdr has retained from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I'm excited to forge my own paths forward. Forwards. Ah, yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization was somewhat intimidating.
Stop misleading me. I was about to use my mountain here, even though I know I can't use it here. I'm putting on my socks. Do you wear socks while indoors? Well, the answer to that is it depends on the temperature of the floor. And in the fall, the floor temperature starts to decrease. So, mostly yes in the fall. In the summer? No. I don't want to suffocate my feet. Cody. Oh, yes, Cody. Ah, Tatsuro mentioned you were handing out new uniforms. I assume you've now met most of the recruits. Some few answered the call to arms I put forth in the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I'd thought a name for the company? 'Tis my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Cody. Now, once the last of the recruits is gathered, I shall make the official announcement. Distance or measurement from side to side of something. Width. Breadth. Just say width.
The momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea.
Is it just me or is the game quiet?
From this moment forth, I declare you crystal braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
Whoa, that's too loud. Sorry.
Whether it be the beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus, does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed.
My
where
microphone
they have
is
failed.
at about -10 to -5.
Come, take your
Minus
place at the
25 to
Scion's
minus
side
20.
as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all.
How about 35? They must have changed something because during cutscenes I can now adjust the master volume. And I really appreciate that change. Surprised it took them this long to implement that, but I'm glad they did.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
Say this land.
The Scions stand ready.
The phone's gonna be making noise. I don't like phone making noise. Unless it is weather related. Turn it on vibrate. There we go. The phone. The phone. Before your minds go wandering somewhere
I'm eager to see
Somewhere
what the Crystal Braves might accomplish.
in the distant dark
This
alley
shall prove
or
an
gutter.
interesting time indeed for the Scions.
I probably helped your mind get the gutter. Sorry.
I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension.
It's a primal then. That means it's a
Truly?
primal.
Kryl is alive? Thank the 12.
Oh, that's
I
right.
see.
Kryle's
Pray,
mentioned here.
inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon.
Alright, you guys, but for reasons in the future of a storyline, Kryle bothers
When I learned
me.
of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well?
I don't know, probably. La Brea unleashed
I
Ultima,
wonder.
which was such devastation.
Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
No.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidel's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Sorry. That is not what I... Well, wherever I'm premiering this, you guys are going to be entertained from time to time as I try to get the soundboard set up and then hear... Wait. Anyway, even star hat. This is actually a good piece of glamour. What's my equipment at? I cannot view my equipment right now. Oh boy. Usually under this circumstance you can. But I cannot. He's talking. He talking. He talk. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that the shipment is spared the fate of the last. What was that in the background? The winds are uncommon fierce this day. It's that low pressure system moving into the Arctic. That's what's going on. It's that low pressure system right now. Yeah. Hmm. That drives ill. That's an ill sign right there. Traitor in our midst. Oh boy! Founded a new group, selected members haphazardly, and what do you know? The next MSQ is called Traitor in the Midst. Eorzea defended. That means we have completed another patch. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good time. Not sure what time we'll end up like premiering this, but I'm pretty sure I'll end up premiering this on Twitch and then put it on YouTube later. I know there's gonna be no chat as a result, but I'm pretty sure my future self will be there for the preview, and he'll probably be in chat chilling with you guys. So, yeah. And I'm gonna guess he'll probably, like, laugh at, like, bots that try to post trash and all that, too. Because, you know, that still happens. You guys can't see it, but it still happens.
Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding. But it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain we will hear of it. And until such time a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Asians, Urianger is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the dark beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Then why were we discussing this? Let us speak then on the more current matters, in particular, the state of the Crystal Braves. Alpha did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I do not doubt he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault, and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when help comes from you. Alphanut has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you would go to him, and support him in whatever manner you are able.
I'm doing alright with the voice acting self-evaluation, at least. I'd say I'm doing at least alright. I didn't trip over words during those several paragraphs, so hey, I think that is a good sign. So, have any of you considered getting into the Final Fantasy XIV journey? I hear that some people have tried, but they only have gotten a little into it because I get you. I get all of you. It does take a bit of like investment and time to actually get into like the more action stuff. You start by, like, just, you know, picking up uniforms, picking up scraps, whatever. You know, really boring stuff. And then the story gradually ramps up. A Realm Reborn is still pretty good. Post A Realm Reborn, I have my reservations. Yeah, including forgetting where the hell I'm going, apparently. Oh, for the love of... I left the building when the objective was in there. Alright. Alright, let's go back in here. This is a classic. Thankfully, my Chocobo's timer doesn't tick down while I'm in here. I'd say one of the big turning points is once you finally get a mount. Which, you have to reach Ifrit to do so. And that's the level 20 objectives.
What is it, Cody? And do be concise, I'm rather busy. You would lend me a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves. But the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services. And we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions, but I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilberd. Tell him I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Cody.
Ilberd! We meet again.
Hail to you, Scion. How might we serve you?
Oh, this is voiced. I mean, my dude's never voiced.
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the grand companies.
Oh boy.
Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy.
Ivysaur.
He
Pokemon.
was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames, and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purpose by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-man army like you.
They gotta figure out some things. Gee, a traitor in the Immortal Flames, that wouldn't be the first time now, would it? What's new there? Why did I go this way? Where am I going? But yeah, any of you who have, I don't know, maybe gotten into Final Fantasy XIV and only played like a little, you do have to like put a bit of time into it before it starts picking up. Well, I'm telling you, it does pick up. And when it picks up, it just keeps going. Except for Post Around Reborn. But if you can endure Post Around Reborn, like we're doing right now, and we gotta go to the Hall of Flames. But if you can endure Post Around Reborn, you got Heaven's Sword, where the story's pretty interesting. We've got Stormblood, which is a decent story all on its own too. The areas are definitely beautiful, and they put a lot of effort into them. Definitely appreciate the effort that they put into those areas. We'll eventually see that stuff. We'll eventually see those sites. We've got Heaven's Sword that we'll be going to once we're eventually done this.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
He is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears.
Oh, chum.
But look at you, the honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye, we've both come far, have we not?
Stare. Good answer.
Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Bah, spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to him, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken SLdr to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the monetarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
We want you to travel over here. Oh wait, oh yeah, we didn't need you. Back and forth? Oh my goodness. That's Post the Realm Reborn in a nutshell. Alright, we got our better gloves. I still haven't equipped the better hat. Oh, alright. Our hunt for Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice to say, we must tread warily. But one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let us return to the Rising Stone and report to Commander Levier. Oh my goodness, I know how to actually say that. So, yeah, a Realm Reborn, like, the game starts slow, yes, and it gradually begins to ramp up. Or it begins to ramp up, sorry, not wrap up. Started with when your combos aren't just mashing 2 to 3 buttons over and over. Summoner in particular already gets a full circulation of combos somewhat early. So you've got a full circulation, you've got your summons to cycle through, and spells to cast from that. Big thing to remember about Summoner is that the Ifrit part of your cycle has a cast time. This is instant. This one is instant cast spells. This one is instant cast rapid fire. Summon Garuda. Summon Bird Lady. You know, I don't think I have Puff of Darkness on my main character. I don't like doing Alliance raids, so I don't do them very often. And Puff of Darkness hasn't dropped the other times. And again, I don't think Puff of Darkness sells for much on the market board anyways. Probably just get from market board. We've returned from SLdr, Commander. And not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble. You'll recall that the 4th was tasked with reconnecting the rendezvous site to used by the Ivy's minion and its Imperial contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. Oh, damn it. According to the reports, one of ours has been taken captive.
The Garleans are not wont to treat their foreman with dignity, and I have grave fears for his safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garleans with more captives. Yet time is of essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you are willing. But of course you are. Now... Alien of the 4th lies in wait of a tangle near the entrance of the Castrum Sentry. Seek her out and she'll apprise you of the situation.
So okay, where was I with that? When you're starting out in A Realm Reborn, first of all, when you're doing Final Fantasy XIV, I highly recommend the free trial first. However, if you really want to enjoy like the party experience in that, make sure you know somebody who has the full game, because you can invite people to a party when you're in a free trial. But your but anyone who has a full version most certainly can. You know, reach somebody out to somebody in the community, maybe somebody you know well who plays Final Fantasy XIV. Oh yeah, we're a high enough level so that fella's not going to bother us. But yeah, stick with the free trial at first, because the free trial, there's no limit to the gameplay time. You don't have to have a subscription for it, which again makes me really wish that Final Fantasy XIV would move into the direction of optional subscription and just extra perks for it. That'd be much nicer, but Square as a company lusts for your wallet, so... Yeah. I mean, hey, this isn't the only MMO. Like, WoW has the mandatory subscription too, and there's probably several other MMOs that are a little less known that do that as well. But yeah, start out with the free trial. Have somebody who has a full version tag along with you. In fact, have a lot of people tag with you. This game, like a lot of MMOs, is a lot more fun with a party that you know. And the rando experience isn't as toxic as certain other MMOs. You don't have tanks constantly running forward and ditching their party all the time. You don't have DPS running ahead and ditching the rest of the party, because in Final Fantasy XIV, if you're DPS and you decide to run ahead of the tank will just watch you, get KO'd. And then we'll raise you afterwards and be like, learnt your lesson? Something like that. It's just natural consequences of... You probably shouldn't do that. Final Fantasy XIV has better moderation too. Like, people who are being toxic in that, you can report them and chances are they're going to at least get a lecture from a game master. The Game Masters aren't nearly as active as they used to be, like 2015, 2016. But in terms of, like, harassment cases, they'll be pretty quick. So, you know, just be nice to each other, all that good stuff. I've only had to, obviously, like, they'll ask you for details, too. And so, like, there's been 2 cases where I've given them some details about people being, like, toxic on the Novice Network, for an example. But yeah, they're pretty chill fellas. And as you can tell by the light in here, the weather has changed to gloom. That's Mordona only. good chunk of the way to 4.1 and pray return to the wicked set. Somebody is having fun with Shadowbringers? Eh? No, Stormblood. 4.1 is Stormblood. You would aid us in the rescue mission. We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now, time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Garleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Rish and hauling her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. It was all we could do. Even as we speak, the Garleans may be interrogating Rish, or worse. With her hurts, I fear she will not long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is as strong as mithril. None of us will stand by while our comrade suffers. We, the remains of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Rish before it's too late. Let's do it! It's gonna be so much easier to get to where we need to be. If we go in there while mounted, it's going to say unable to execute command while mounted. So, let's go in there while not mounted. Why, hello there! Ugh. We don't need to go through our full combos with this. They're very easy to take care of. Yeah. Where am I? Rish, thank gods we found you. And thank you, Warrior of Light. Now to quit this accursed place. Rish cannot move with these wounds. She'll need to be carried out, but I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Garleans will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you were to create a commotion within the castrum, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak again once we're safely outside these walls. Oh, and... specified locations. All right, let's go bother some Imperials. Why, hello there, my friends. Of course. Why is Lucid there? Yeah, we gotta bother. We gotta bother them all. These guys aren't going to aggro us because they have to be at least level 49. We've got all of our summon power back. Why do I keep doing that? There we go. That was a fun little diversion. Alright. They should be long gone from here by now.
I've awaited your turn most anxiously, my friend. You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Raish is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left is to report the mission success to Commander Levier. I shall go ahead to the Rising Stones.
Pray return to the Rising Stone. Anyways. It's not in here. Why do I keep going in here?
It does me well to see you thus returned. Though I doubt not your prowess, entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered a risky venture, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their expert ministrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Cody. Allow me to thank you, Scion. Rhea shows you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see that the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Cody, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany to Coerthus. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressively requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We should depart as soon as you are ready. I am level 100. I am level 110. Let's get our item level 110 stuff on. Eh. Sorry, what? That was probably because of the spell speed that it's recommending something that's lower level, but, eh. Oh, bracelet. Ugh, for the love of... Ah, and then I got the augmented ironworks. Yeah. We're gonna ignore that. Yeah, this game doesn't like to give you accessories. Some of the side quests do, though. I still got 2 Krista chairs. So yeah, in terms of A Realm Reborn, find some friends who also have Final Fantasy XIV, some friends in the community. You can reach out to me too. Just you know, give me a bit of notice. I'm a schedule-oriented kind of individual. I like to plan my stuff. Sometimes I happen to have free time, but if we can like arrange a time, then things work out well. Chances are, when I'm helping you out, I will use my main character. I can travel to any North America data center and the Oceania data center. We cannot travel to the EU data center yet. That has not been implemented yet. But yeah. And that dude is like I'm max level Black Mage and almost max level Pictomancer. I've definitely got my experience. My main character's got a lot of stuff, some pretty cool glamours. But besides the point. He's got a mentorship too, so you get a little bit of an experience boost when you party with them. I still got to get my miner and my what's it called? My blacksmith up to level 100. Bit of stretching, bit of hydrating. It's a good reminder. Regardless of what time you're watching this, you should hydrate. Hydrating's good for you. Remember, the majority of our body is water. We are over 50% water. We are 60-something percent. Or was it 60% water? Something like that. Most of it in the plasma of our blood. It helps our blood transport. Because our red and white blood cells and our platelets would have a really hard time traveling around without the plasma to contain the rest of our vessels. Plus, our cells need the hydration, too. Alright. We've been blessed with a rare opportunity, Cody. An audience with the ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. It would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Emmerich wishes to meet the man behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The Antident should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Coerthas. Mayhap you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to a nobler use. If so, I should remind you that good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the thrust of a sword. You know, sectoral leader still has to do a bunch of pen work even with the high risk stuff that he does. Mind you, he's got ways of completing paperwork a lot faster than usual, but you know. A meeting with the Ishgardian ambassador? By all means. I think it a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alphanet believes your presence may help him secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. It's cutscene time. Potato. Incident. I take it that Cody has explained the situation. He has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I know. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated in the center of Abalthia's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean Alliance formed in wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of Convenience who withdrew from the Alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet were routed at the Battle of Silver Tier Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of our former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to the neighbors' pleas even when the calamity loomed large. And on the field of Cardno, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless the Eorzean stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why, not. Surely this could be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so, rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past. This time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive to think that they came at us out of the goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. Controvertible. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead, Cody. Our old friend, Lord Harshafanat, is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further inaugurated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our case.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Oh man, back to Ishgard. Wait, Ishgard. Not to Ishgard. Back to beside Ishgard. They talk. Tataru's listening. Flamin is speaking. She talk. Tataru listen. And we go. Alright, so we gotta go back to the Central Highlands. Pretty hard to be enthused about going back to the Highlands, aside from, you know, the nice snowy terrain, because everything MSQ related is all freaking politics stuffed. And sure, I've definitely done my political rants in the past. I mean, Canada is ruled by an idiot, but you know, sometimes you just like taking a break from the politics. And then the game shoves a whole bunch of politics at you. But yeah, when you're doing Final Fantasy XIV, make sure that you're marching in with a friend or a few. Maybe find out if you got somebody who's familiar with the game, because that'll be greatly helpful. They'll help guide you around. The markers will guide you around, yes. But, you know, having a friend there to bear with the story together is nice. Ah, Cody, a welcome sight. Our heaps have been stoked in blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch a cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Ah, good, Master Alphanid. An honor, as always. Likewise, Lord Harshafanat. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have been long since repaid.
Besides, who can say no to, or who can say what the future may bring? House Four Temps may even seek the aid of a newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I'm simply delighted that the Holy See is at least willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Emmerich arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I am told that he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the Intistory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your hearth sounds, I think we best proceed to the intercessory forthwith. This old English messes with me all the time. I don't like the old English. Ooh, fire. With a force field on it. Oh, hi there. We've been expecting you, sir. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others.
Yes, let's proceed to the intercessory. Doesn't look as cozy warm in here. Where's the heating mechanism?
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
There they are.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
Emmerich,
it does
what's
indeed,
up?
Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
There's Emmerich's gentle voice. Gentle, but authoritative.
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict, We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Americ, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Nice awkward fade in there. Oh man, even start tights. We got new tights.
Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Orchafanant and find out what he has learned.
Do I have to be across the table? Here, awkward distance.
My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon a caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through the Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be impossible feat without knowledge of the route. Knowledge which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue the avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly. As Lord Ashfont said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Cody. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings.
Oh, that was a very nice whistle. Here we go.
What are you looking at, Snow Wolf?
Anyways.
Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Lord Archifont sent you, or bid you speak with us, and you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. It'd be easier... Would have it been easier to just steal it? Though it's a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own, hidden away off. But pray no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis not of but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the time of the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much.
Well, thanks for sending me over here just to say to speak to somebody far away. I didn't want to enter the fade. I don't like it when that infests my messages.
Yeah, you've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes pilgrims. Pilgrims! We marked them as lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought. Some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Salvation? Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. And then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened until I saw the snow turn red. Then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but I took a blow to the head by the time I came to. The others were dead and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't... they'd have killed me. So I just lay still and listened. Itar's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. Shiva!
Nom 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 nom. Hello, Alpha Nud. Anyways. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? It seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretics speak of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphaned? Shiva was a traitor to Keith and kin. An apostate who laid down with dragons. Oh my, she laid down with dragons, huh? Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know the Ishgardian scriptures so well, particularly when it concerns a patron saint of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no. It all makes sense now. Lord Harshavadon, where was the caravan's cargo? If I recall correctly, a Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva, as a beast tribe would a primal. Why would they go through such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Harshavadon, would you agree that the discretion is of paramount concern? Of course. I trust that we can count on your continued support, Master Alphanode. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts into the prevention of his summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. Shiva. Not Shiba. Not Dowgy. Huh. I still gotta get this caught up. The persistent attacks on our caravans seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Cody, pray join me in Whitebrim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Dundier have redoubled their residents' efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Dridemont should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then. Good. And off we go! The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We're all ears, Lord Drillamont. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. The garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak. That self-same frozen wall, which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I've heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of the Crystal Braves to Whitebrim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. 'Twould be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Emmerich. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude our combined forces of Crystal Braves and Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Drillamont has one in mind. Mayhap. Mayhap. Yes, yes, excellent. Yes, yes, excellent. Anyways.
My lady, everything has been accounted for. Is there aught else you would have us do? Pray speak, and it shall be done.
Fly camera. Oh my. Oh man, bacon bread! Heck yes, yes! We must do this. We must do this.
It seems as though we are always one step behind. Our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess I'm having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where the others have failed, but it could yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we're not without other options. I trust you have not forgotten about Inquisitor Gillimain. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Brim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we have identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of his movement of the Temple Knights and Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jean Claremont and the Yard, and I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere, simply watch and listen. I have seen it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans.
Alright, we're just gonna ride a behemoth through here, don't mind me. Behemoth on your table. Your surprisingly sturdy table. You know, if they ever redid this mission, they'd probably make it a follow mission. But follow missions don't start until a lot later. I believe that's something they introduced in Shadowbringers. Or was it Endwalker? Was it Endwalker? No way. No way it was introduced that late. It was Shadowbringers, wasn't it?
The suspected heretic leaves through the southwest gate.
Yeah, this would most certainly be a follow and don't be spotted mission. But yeah, those didn't exist back in post-ARR days, so. Hello, accused knight. I'm here in plain sight.
The suspected heretic follows the road east.
They're fine. They're fine. See? Barely taking any damage. As long as they don't wander into this fate. This fate is annoying. They're probably close enough to level that they're automatically put into the fate if they wander into it. If you're a high enough level, then you don't have to worry about it. The suspected heretic heads south. Head south at the fork in the road. I'm right beside the destination. What do you mean too far away? I can see the suspected heretic over here. The suspected heretic cannot be rendered. There's a suspected heretic. Hey, hey! Where in the Seven Hills are you? I'm freezing my bullocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you so late? Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. You're so duteous to the... Bloody echo, lower your voice. Or they'll hear you, or they'll hear us a white brim front. Yes, of course. The Temple Knights are mumble in Snowcloak. Oh, this is what you bring to me. We already knew about Mumble. Our comrades in Boulder Dawns will use the tunnels dead before you know what's happening. Nevertheless, if you waste my time again, is that clear? Bird. Tree. Tower. Let's enter from here. Much faster. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? Yes, it bared 1 peach and 2 oranges. I see. I shall have a man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet, the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation, and confident that they can thwart it. Our comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans. Which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Oh, I don't think those were better than what I had. Oh, what? Oh, now we gotta get the tights back on. Oh man, tights. Some nice looking tights. Yeah, the sandals of Caston are better. They're item level 120. I should have known that. We've long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the Highlands undetected.
Given what you overheard, I fear that Snowcook may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Dungeon Knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. Pray rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Halon is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Cody. The lives of our allies are at stake.
Alright, off we go. Around this terrible fate. This fate that sucks. This fate that's not worth it. I'm gonna fly right through you. What is my black mage at anyways? 50. I guess I could be doing this as a black mage. You know. Yeah, my black mage leveled up. Bulk mage. Alright, Chocoyo, let's do this. Why, hello there. Yeah, beat him up. My Chocobo was taking the aggro for a bit there. Choco, yo! Giant reader! Oh my goodness, we need to get that guy a book. Anyways. We're gonna go through cave. Because I don't think this area's height is generous enough to let me just fly over the mountains. Imagine being able to just fly over the mountains with a Chocobo. That'd be a fun transport. As long as you bundle the heck out of yourself. My knights sent no word of your coming, Cody. What has happened?
What is that in your hand? By the Fury. Those were veterans with years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No. We have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and Crystal Braves. There must be others. And I'll wager they're on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you received is the timetable of the guardsman watches at our outpost at Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we have caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use the tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, this will be changed now. And the heretics may already be in the position. They may have already assumed the position. Anyways. SLdr must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing the knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see that no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. The path of righteousness! I am righteousness! Time is of essence, Cody. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords be drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emmerich everything we have discovered. Let's do that. This is the Drought Chocobo, by the way. It is a mount that allows 2 people. So if any of you are new to the realm and want to do some Final Fantasy XIV and call me along, I can taxi you around. The player at the helm, if they have the ability to fly, they can fly with you. This is leading us to Snowcloak, which will probably lead us to a dungeon. A dungeon. Look at this fella staring right at this croc. Ah, yes. That is one mighty croc there. Ah, yes, that is one mighty croc ass there. Cody, this is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting an attack. Now we have confirmation. I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Levier been informed? The Braves must be made aware. It must be here. I'm certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes with when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics may know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it! This is all wrong! Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins, when we should rightly be staying in every sinew to find her. Straining. And stop this damnable summoning. There she is! I don't know who said that. Come here, girl. Get martial arts. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Oh, my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Levier. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half a dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that's not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst the swarming of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We are going in. A moment, Alphanid. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if we were to converge on this point after we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed narrow, as you say, greater numbers would be more of a hindrance than help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would be an obstacle to escape. A change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever the tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papalimo will sulk.
Calls upon 80 allies. Calls upon 24 allies. Alright, it's an alliance.
The entrance to the tunnel, sir. It's just over here. We have not seen the heretics breaking the surface. We should never... Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would have never noticed it. Per Sir Everett's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post.
Snow cloak. Snow cloak. Snow cloak. Snow cloak. And alas, it is dungeon time at long last. Off we go to Snowcloak. We're DPS and I don't want to wait 500 hours for a friggin' match, so here we go. With NPCs. Welcome to the next dungeon, Snowcloak! Okay, we'll wait around here. Oh, On. There we go. Move just close enough. Oh. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, we don't have the our fun little combo sustenance move. When do we get that? Stupid AoEs. Get out of here. Oh, we do! That's right, they moved its level. That's why it doesn't show up where I want it to anymore. I think I normally have this here. I'm gonna take a look at my other Black Mage layout and I'll try to sync it here. Anywho. Umbriel's Soul is a wonderful ability, and I am so glad they lowered the level requirement for it, because it used to be a much higher level requirement. Oh, hold on. We got enough pull that I need to start AoE in. Umbriel's Soul used to be learned a lot later, and they eventually fixed that up. Oh, hold on. The key dropped at the polar bear's ass. Let's get the ass key and get and make this door speak. Oh, it did speak. The door did speak. Yeah, post ARR does have some different music for boss fights. Oh. Well. Switch. Gotta keep moving while it's happening. I think this is the first time you get introduced to that, actually. Well, I was hoping to slide cast there, but it didn't let me slide cast. I love how the ads are being destroyed so fast that I don't even have time to aggro onto them. Hey, they knew what to do too. They know what's up. Ah, useless. Oh, there might be a blizzard thing that happens here. Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Yes, hi. Yeah, you get a decent amount of mechanics here, so enough mechanics to keep you awake. Alright, we got a blizzard AoE here, so we gotta... I'm just gonna keep out of that since I can get away with ranged. Looks like they're going for this target next, so we'll stick with this target then. Oh, he's pulling larger. Alright, let's keep the AoEs going then. Wait for it. Alright. I'm not sure if he's gonna pull multiple here. He could. Pretty sure our Conjurer is perfectly capable. Alright, I'll just do my single target technique then. If they'd stop standing in the AoE, they probably wouldn't have to worry too much. They're doing well. They can keep up. Cool. Alright, let's get going. Yeah. That's neat. Yeti. Also has a mechanic. Just the mechanic that I think it is. Probably. That's neat. You're spinning around, huh? Neato. Very combo unfriendly. You'll see me having to reset my combos because of this. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill here. I fly casted there. See, there's slide casting, and then there's a whole new level of casting called fly casting, where you cast while you're in the air. That is the true style. That is the peak of Black Mage. Ah, much better. Useless, and that's only item level 90. And it's an Erin, so it is useless. Alright. Yeah, alright. You're an unavailable command, game. Anyways. Yeah, Conjurer, stand in the AoE. Yeah. Conjurer didn't take much damage for being in an AoE. Got a big enough group here. I gotta switch to AoEs. No, I was about to say, why do I only have 2 Umbreal Ices? Shouldn't have just 2. Oh, why, hello there. We're about to level up. Next boss, because experience points are only given after every mini-boss. Alright. Hybrid gator. Oh my goodness. Part gator, part train. I don't know. I don't like being near that. Yeah, so this area is just a mini gauntlet, so we just gotta wait for a long time. You know, I don't like the price of Fire 3. It takes forever. It just... You can only use it twice in the combo, and then you have to already swap. Well, you can use it 3 times because the first cast is free. But listen, Black Mage gets so much better later. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's try this again. Yeah, they're AoE spammers. But I'm also an AoE spammer, so we can make a bit of a trade here. Oh, if you want to see AoE spamming at its finest, Pictomancer is the class for you. But you also have to be level 80 before you can pick up the Pictomancer quest. Oh, which one have you dropped it? Ah, yes. Drop the finger. Finger is key. Boss of a dungeon, and this will be where we get our level as well. Ow! 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 Ooh woo! Alright, we got a map in the realm. Now, let's get ourselves started here. And then we move away because the crystals do not like it. I got punished before I was even away from it. Very good. I love the the stupid latency, even when there is no other players to sync it with. Hey, don't point at me. Rude. You dare point your face at me? Oh, oh. Don't go for the broken ones. I was clearly out of it. See? Isn't that cool? Thousand-year storm? How about a thousand-year door? Ha 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 ha. Always. The Conjurer's like, ah, you're not even aiming at me. I'm just gonna stay here. Valid. Get our limit break in. And there's our level. Sleep now. I keep thinking my VTuber dude's acting like, ah, yes, move my heads around like, do it. I still do that. Oh boy, another inventory plugger. Yay, inventory plugger.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light.
Yes, hello there,
I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
Good. You didn't draw past the prescribed distance. Good. That took longer than I expected. What news, Cody? I thought a potato. Iceheart. So Iceheart is but a synonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you've cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap you will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for the fight against heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 we praise, Cody. We may yet turn the situation to our advantage. Assuming we can stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy pursuing the archives of House Fortoms, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead and report on the day's events, don't. The incident should be there. The incident should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to the cold, or to this cold. Damn, Alphanut would not be happy with Canada's winters, would he? You enjoy minus 50-degree wind chills? I don't mind them, but my vehicle dislikes them, which makes me dislike them. For the greater good! What, are we joining a cult? Hey, Minfilia actually wintered up. There you go. What do you know? Incident. You came to us straight from the archives of House Fortom. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would it had, Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity.
Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with the dragon, oh my, the gravest of all sins, according to Ishgardian faith.
Oh, come on. If you're on enough of a friendship term, wouldn't you lay down with the dragon too?
Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How could such a thing even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortom. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonders if it's by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Emmerich may take issues with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm the tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it.
Yes, Lord Commander.
You pursue your foes with less zeal than I expected, Sir Emmerich.
Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Hallown that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will. That unquestioned devotion is required of all who would serve, or who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I chose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak of the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and the scriptures tell us only so much. Would that it told us more. Oh my goodness, she has the same hair color as the sectoral leader.
That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure. Less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real. A living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure that has been summoned, each of which was worshipped as a god. The sole inscription being Good King Moogle Mog 12. A myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Moogles Guard.
And subscriptions. The Moogles collect your subscriptions.
Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They were a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation, who yearned for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that's not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Menphilia. They have them both in abundance. Can that truly be all that is required? Interesting. My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the Aetherlight Iceheart used to escape. They believe she teleported to another Aetherite, somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second Aetherlight, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume that she had destroyed it to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlian may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take for us to survey the entire tunnel system. Oh man, we're gonna need like a kobold buddy to go and explore those. What do you want? Why are you bugging me all of a sudden, Minnow? You better not be asking about food already. It's way before your dinner time. Like, you're gonna be waiting several hours. You're right smack dab in the middle between breakfast, between your morning meal and your evening meal. Here, have some hair. I think he just wants company. Hugging my legs here. Bob and Philia looks into our Aetherite problem. I would request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remains of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly, despite our numbers. Coryphus is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. You know, in case that was not extremely obvious. Oh yes, nod communication. Best communication. Anyways. Good, I knew you would understand. Yuhei can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting to discuss the latest development in his investigation. The Temple Knights would hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. Nod communications. Oh boy. I bet there is a YouTube video out there on, like, every time the Warrior of Light nods, and it's probably, like, an hour long, because it happens so often. There you are, Cody. Commander Liv here instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most from the third hail from Ulda. And for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather concerning. But to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago, I received word that the heretics we seek may have been spotted making for Danifin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I would be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin.
Okay, I thought I was going out of bounds for a moment. No, no, no. This way is fine. Wait, this way is not fine. This way is the wrong way. When you gain the ability to fly, I strongly suggest it's not system. Character configuration. Where is it? Character? UI settings? I switched this. You can keep auto on if you want. Manual means you just have to double jump to take off. I just so I don't accidentally take off when I don't want to fly. You know what? It might be log. Yep, here we go. It's under log, window settings, and character configuration. I highly recommend shutting off the display altitude error message. It is incredibly annoying, and it repetitively harasses you when it only takes the message displaying once to really get the point. And while you're at a high altitude, it'll continuously harass you. This chinchilla is like, I've seen things.
Pulse, my ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Dunifin Pass. Hurry, you must catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. Snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find.
Okay, well, you weren't attacked by a creature, at least. Yes, to our favorite cave that we were at earlier. Nice springs.
Prince, get your fresh prince here.
The tracks lead southeast.
Scion, what are you doing here? Heretics? I'm not sure. There was this great scaled beast and... you haste? I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up. So we did too.
That sounds like you're falling for a trap now. Oh, just one? Oh, alright. You really... Oh, there's two. Okay.
How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice that they doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching for the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest, and lo and behold, before his friends came and found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be waiting. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? It can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place. So we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. And up we go. Ah yes, Chocobo Bud. Right. Yeah, Choky. Hello, suspicious Corinthian. I'm through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Well, stay with him, then, if you think you'll fare better. No need for that. There are places like this in my homeland, sacred no snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yet your lands ever thirst for blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I haven't done nothing wrong. Oh, no wrong. None but meets in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will, we shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all. Fancy meeting you here, Cody. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for a merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, but I know. But it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yuguri and her shinobi, we might have never discovered this connection. Master Alphinaud is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for this spy. We long to strike back at the Empire and weaken their influence on this land, to prevent tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and work they promise require a very particular set of skills. Skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yuguri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far. I shall always be watching. Always. Wazowski. Always. Why does it take me so long to find this stuff?
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
A comforting thought. Come, Cody. Let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report.
Over the wall we go. Hey, Alphaden. Aw, really? How about now? How about now? Okay, surely now.
Captain Ilbert seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, then we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary is cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as is.
Haddock dip. Oh, man. Oh, I thought that said noot. N-O-O-T. Noot! And here's Ilbert. Or not Ilbert. Ilbert.
Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will.
Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to Iskardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment route.
Go on.
You'll recall the flame that we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail did come to an abrupt end. Fearing the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep inventory of the donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with his beneficiaries, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound to this for the settlement, needless to say, that included those originating from House Forton. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics.
Well, that's one mystery solved at least. But what of Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask?
I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider then that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed.
You mean to say that the Ancient is among Rabban's innermost circle? Someone who's been with him since the Immortal Flame's establishment?
It is the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand.
To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised. Though I really should not have been. Of the three grand companies, SLdr has been, was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania have long-standing armed forces that lent themselves to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. SLdr's military was made up of desperate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment to establish something so as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Rabban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known, even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost. There remained a small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed. And given the present nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amid the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, aye. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Oh man! Constant conflicting interests between the public and the private. That sounds like our society. Although the Montress ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, 'twas not out of charity that they did, but simple self-preservation. Mind you, I don't think our society is cool enough to be run by a syndicate. There's definitely syndicates out there, but they run portions of the society, not the society in whole. Maybe we are run by a syndicate. Considering how crappy our leaders behave, we gotta suspect something like that, huh? But that's just a theory! Anyways. Had Neil von Darnus' ambitions have been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would have never risked supplying Rabban with an army. 'Tis but a wonder that they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames. Any one of whom could be the Ivy. Ah! Oh, I didn't read that. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting the crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned, in the matter like to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics and betters. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I'm aware. An emergency council of the Alliance's leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemund, it would seem. Oh boy, Garlic Land developments. Yes, just in. More garlic. As Commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Cody. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the incident has already given her consent, lest you worry. Tendrils of intrigue.
Sorry. I couldn't help myself. Like me, you were doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart. But until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness of the Common Council. Meet me at Nofika's altar. We shall make our way to the Lotus stand together. Lotus! Anyways, alright. So that means we're going to Gridania. Which means we're doing a turnaround over here. We're just gonna fly there since it's not that far away. I don't care about this fate. It's too far below our level. In the off-stream, off-recording, there is a chance that I might rocket ahead in progress with my character's main class. But I will in New Game Plus Heaven Sword if we make it to the point where I already beat that. Alright, Old Gridania's over here. Gridania is one of the areas that you might start in. It depends on what class you choose. If you choose a Conjurer or an Archer, you will be starting in Gridania. If you choose a Thaumaturge, a Poltergeist, or a Gladiator, you'll be starting in Ul'dah. By the way, this is the Pictomancer quest right here. You have to reach level 80, which means you can't be in a free trial. Once you've reached level 80, you can pick this up. Soul of the Pictomancer. My thanks for coming, Cody. When you're ready, speak to the Conjurer yonder. She will show it. No, Gladiator. Hold on. Yeah, Gladiator's Ul'dah. Marauder is Limsa, and so is Conjurer. Or not Conjurer, but the Summoner slash. Yeah, it starts as Summoner. Or not Summoner. Arcanist. There we go. Also, you can class change to Rogue when you were in Limsa. You have to reach level 10 in your current job quest and get the ability to unlock other classes, but you can be a Rogue once you've reached that requirement. It's not a class that you can start with, but it's a class you can change to. So it's a little different. When you're ready to speak with the Conjurer yonder, and she will show us to the Lotus stand. The silent Conjurer, who definitely speaks. The Alliance leaders await you in the Lotus stand. Will you be joining them now? Now! Now! Press this button. Beep. Voiced, I think.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
Changes.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Nope.
Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader, not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all.
The Empire is
I
back.
propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Nod. More nod communication.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
'Tis troublesome indeed. Oh, you want to be Contra? Nah, not yet. You want a night in Apodor? That is an optional dungeon. So you want to be a leather worker? No. Lancer? Maybe, one day. Lancer, once you pass the level 30 quest, turns into Dragoon. It will have not escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of resurgent government is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust among the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but the unity means little or less to the common folk. Take the Limsons, for instance. Though Admiral Merub outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. In likewise, Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Oldonians scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take the pillar of Ulda's society, Telegia Adeligi, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact that the people are wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartno is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates for the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them with something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. Let us speak more of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Oberd further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate lately came to Gridania. The hunt is near its end, Cody. All that remains is to corner our quarry, seek out Ilberd at the Adder's Nest, and he'll give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Coerthis, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. New Gridania. It's where we're going now. Flame Marshal. Huh. What are they doing here? My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Oh boy, haddock dip. Bacon bread. Barley and rubber. Ah, yes. Why did we get shark fin soup from main story? It's It's a crafting item. That makes no sense. Bad. Now, what is all of this? We really need to just like get rid of a lot of stuff. Mole leaf. Ah, yes. You know, a lot of this is just taking up inventory space, so let's start freeing up inventory space. Triple cream coffee. I'm not a coffee person now. I'm more of a tea person. Well, look, triple cream coffee with an equal amount of thick dairy cream. Super thick. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Lane Royal, Robin's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm has had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Raban chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The monasteries saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject the candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the War of the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Or the way. Yet the monasteries did not raise so much of a murmur of protest when Rel was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that Ivy has some hold over the monarchs? The heck is this? What the heck is that other lady wearing there? Weird. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Royal's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Robin attended the Council of the Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business in being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flame records for evidence of Raoul's guilt. But if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks, every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she portrays her true purpose. Can I reply upon your eyes, Scion? Mm-hmm. You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. What are you wearing? Okay, it's like almost skin colored. I'm like, what the heck are you wearing? My. Royal is heading in the direction of Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. So, Royal has entered the Caroline Canopy. Beating someone perchance? Or could it be that she meets aboard an airship? Pray look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Emphyne is her name. I shall remain here in case Royal reappears. Wool, huh?
Cody Sectoro, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she did not come this way. I've noted every passenger, and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you.
Alright, she hasn't been down here yet.
Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you are sure she did not board an airship?
She did not come back out either.
Where in seven hells could she have gone?
To an inn room?
The Roost. How could I forget?
Greetings, good sir. May I interest you in some Monte tonic? Carboday imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, what necklace? You're a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania, by the way of Wet Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Aw yeah. Our fellow friends in the shadows. Thank the 12 for the Domans. If it were not for their unique talents, Royal would have disappeared without a trace. Even Stark coat.
My inventory! It's dying!
How many company seals do we have? I'm not sure if that's enough to get promoted. I think we need 3,000 to get promoted. And also we'd have to... Yeah, we can travel while we're here. And I can continue this some other time. I don't know if we have enough to get promoted. And I think I already took all the side quests that result in getting extra seals. think I did that quite some time ago, in fact. Why is that open in there? Alright, so we're gonna do a minor deviation here. I'm gonna see if we can get ourselves promoted because I'm trying to remember if it's 1 rank or 2 more ranks that we need for the custom deliveries that'll allow us to get rid of a lot of the stuff that we really don't need here. Holy jeez. What the hell? These are all from dungeons. They've just been building up and, like, clogging the inventory. $5,000? Ew. Disgusting. What a dumb requirement. Also, I need to get rid of these. Bacon bread. Now I want bacon bread. Sounds delicious. Oh my goodness, jerked beef. It's beef jerky. Hell yeah. Daystar earrings, again, we have no use for those. We got all this in here. I'm gonna get more company seals at a point. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll do that off stream. At this point, we've got 3.5 hours on this, and we will be doing more post around Reborn at on some other recording. So, everybody, thank you for swinging on by in the future there, and I will. Yeah, we'll see you some other time. Have a good time zone, everybody. Thanks for swinging on by, whether you were here in full and part, whether you were active, whether you were lurking. It's all greatly appreciated. I don't know how or if raids from pre-recorded runs work on Twitch when it's set up that way. But I am sure the live sector leader there, he will get you guys all set up for that if it is possible. Have a fantastic time zone, everybody. Take good care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for swinging on by. See you later.